Pour one out for Chrissy Teigen, the supermodel turned social media lightning rod, officially quit Twitter yesterday. After sending a string of farewell tweets, she officially deleted her account. Love her or hate her, and there was a lot of you that hated her, there is no denying that Chrissy Teigen was one of the most dominant forces on Twitter. One of the most iconic users ever. For an OG Twitter guy, if you've been in this shit for a decade plus, you know the name Chrissy Teigen. You know the tweets. You know the controversies. You know the clapbacks. And in this world, on social media and the internet, game recognized game. Maybe you don't agree with her politics. Maybe you don't like her style. Maybe you don't like the way she looks. Maybe you don't like the way she cooks. Whatever. But on Twitter, when you're on the bird, it's all about clout. It's all about moving the needle. And every single time she dropped an opinion, everybody danced. She was the puppet master. Dance for me, puppets, dance for me. Me personally, I like Chrissy Teigen because I don't get all bent out of shape about things like when rich people talk about being rich. Yeah, Chrissy Teigen has a lot of money. So when she tells stories that involve having money and doing rich people things, that's her life. That's what she's gonna know, and that's what she's gonna talk about. You broke boys at home are all upset that you're not rich either. The main reason you don't like Chrissy Teigen is because she's rich and you're poor. It's a bunch of broke boys and girls sitting at home that don't like to read tweets about her awesome life doing amazing things because she has money. So rather than sitting there at home just chirping at rich people like Chrissy Teigen, why don't you get rich yourself? Why don't you download Blockfolio? It's the #1 mobile app for cryptocurrency trading. You can do Bitcoin, you can do Ethereum, you can do Dogecoin right there, right on your phone. Download the Blockfolio app today. Start buying and selling that crypto. Start making money like Chrissy Teigen so you don't have to cry over tweets. You can be a rich person tweeting about your money and your awesome life too. I know everything's become politicized over the last few years, but when I think about Chrissy Teigen, I think about her putting Dave Portnoy in a box. I think about Chrissy Teigen putting him in the dirt. We held a funeral for Dave Portnoy after Chrissy Teigen came over the top and buried him.
What you guys are dying to talk about, the Chrissy Teigen spat. You guys are both in your suits.
Well, we're in our suits because you're our boss. We want to pay our respects. We wouldn't show up to your funeral in sweatpants. That would be very disrespectful. I wouldn't call it a spat because a spat would be more like a two-sided thing where you're going after her and she's coming after you. She straight up murdered you. You just went Twitter silent.
I was making a Hell's Bells Candace Swain poll video. I've made it in the past. I've made a Hell's Bells video like a couple years ago. It got pulled down. I tweeted with Candace.
Is this a filibuster? Because we don't fucking care about this video.
Yeah.
The point is, even after you went radio silent, even after you were making this video, your return to the Twitter sphere was F-. The I have to say something tweet was just like...
Before Trump and before QAnon and Pizzagate, and when all of a sudden every celebrity became a pedophile and a baby eater, Chrissy Teigen was just out here slinging tweets like the rest of us. She was one of the OG celebrities who had money and fame, who still was willing to be like, fuck it, I don't care, I'm gonna speak my opinion. And you might not like her opinion. As a matter of fact, down the stretch, when everything became dramatic with her and everything became a fight with her, I didn't even enjoy her Twitter either. But you have to remember, this is a woman who went through a lot of fucking shit. A horrific miscarriage that she put out there and bared her soul to the world. Getting sober this year, a process that absolutely takes its toll. She put all of her life out on Twitter for us to see for the sake of entertainment, for the sake of her career, and at this point, it's just too much to handle. I, for one, understand it. If I didn't have to do this shit, if I didn't do this for work, I'd be fucking gone too. This whole thing is a toxic cesspool of negativity. It is horrendous for you. I'm sure we're gonna look back in like 30 years, 50 years and be like, can you believe that people spent all day on Twitter? Like, no wonder that generation is completely fucked mentally. So personally, I'm sad to see her go. It reminds me of when The Undertaker laid his hat and his gloves down in the middle of the ring after a long, iconic career. I didn't care for the politics. I didn't care for some of the crying and the dramatics. I'm here for the wit. I'm here for the banter. I'm here for the clapbacks. And Chrissy, in her prime, she was one of the greatest to ever do it. So put some respect on that name, even if you don't like what side of the aisle she's on, even if you don't like her husband's music, even if you don't like her cookbooks, recognize that she's better at Twitter than you are, probably. Oh, and Chrissy, see you in a couple weeks, girl. There ain't no way you're quitting Twitter. I know how you operate. People like us, we can't quit. Certainly not cold turkey. So I hope you see this on your burner account, and we'll see you back under that Chrissy Teigen handle in what? 2 months? Enjoy the vacation.